In fact, it's funny, I've been talking with Felissa all day. But there's several projects that we're working on, but one in specific is called Rock and Roll Zombie Horror Apocalypse. And I've connected a bunch of actors to it, including John Dugan from Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Mark Metcalf, who played Niedermeyer in Animal House. I talked to Tyler Main before he left yesterday. We're in discussion. Who else did I get? Jan Birch from People Under the Stairs. So, yeah, the projects are endless. And Sleepaway Camp, especially with what's going on with American Horror Story right now, Sleepaway Camp is seriously trending, as they say, on Amazon. And so there's a lot. And she is, she's shooting a movie right now here in Virginia that is a spoof of Sleepaway Camp. And I was like, how come I'm not in that? But she's always been my greatest supporter, and she's become like a mogul in this world of, horror movies and stuff. And so I'm just grateful to have her as a best friend, which I have for about a bajillion years. And God, there's a lot of movie projects that I'm excited about. I guess that's the answer, simple answer.
That's great. So definitely keep an eye out for it, people. All right. My question that on my list of questions, of course, is, when you actually made your very first movie and you went and you saw it on the big screen, how did you feel about that?
Terrified. I thought everybody would hate it. I was like, this is garbage, nobody's gonna like it, and everybody's gonna think that I suck. But that's sort of my life outlook. I couldn't believe the reaction when what people don't realize about Sleepaway Camp is that when it first came out, it was a big deal. There were, national television, when there were only 13 channels to choose from, as Roger Waters so aptly put, 13 channels of shit on the TV to choose from. Now we have 1,000 channels of shit to choose from on YouTube and everywhere else. I just was terrified that nobody would like me. That was it, and to be talking about it 35 years later is staggering to me. And the fact that it's become topical, extremely topical. We did a screening at Quentin Tarantino's theater, the New Bev, and, his general manager said to me, you have no idea how disappointed Quentin is that he can't meet you. I was like, wow, this is getting weird. And it gets weirder every year because the movie gets bigger. It doesn't get smaller. And, I don't know what to make of it sometimes. It's, I guess I'm just really grateful. It's, it's my happy place, I guess. I don't know what else to say about it. It's just, the movie is, it's unavoidable. I, for years, tried to avoid it.
Just embrace it.
Yeah, it took me forever because I was a musician and I thought it would affect my musical integrity. So now I feel like I'm finally coming to grips with it. And I like watching it now, which is weird. I'm far enough disconnected from it, and my son saw it, and he loved it. And he's like, Dad, you have all the zingers. I was like, half of which I wrote, as you know. But so that's the best I can come up with for that answer. So I'll go with two things. Halloween candy is disgusting, and it should have never been created. It's just nasty. I think it's made out of plastic. But when I was a kid, it was always Elvis. Once and forever. But now, with my wife, we really want to do. God, I can't remember her name again. But from My Cousin Vinny. Vinny and what was her name? She won an Oscar for it. Yeah, but what was her character's name? It's Shakespearean, I remember that. But so I want to do that one because I'm just desperate to say the two Utes. Oh yeah, you blend. She does the best version of that ever. And she's taller than I am, so we would totally look the part. It would just be perfect because I'd be like, that's where they get you. And I once had Joe Pesci was stalking me and my roommate. The weirdest story. But we got home drunk as hell in Boulder, Colorado, and on our answering machine we hear, hey, Maddie, what are you doing? It's Joe. And they're like, Joe, it's an answering machine. He goes, what? He's like, it's Joe Pesci. I want to make sure you boys are behaving yourselves. We're like, why is Joe Pesci calling our answering machine? And then he called back the next night. We're like, is there a way to preserve this tape? But so from that moment forward, I guess the short answer to that question is I would love to do My Cousin Vinny with my wife. And I want her to wear heels because she's already an inch taller than I am. But it would be awesome if I could do this when we're walking down the street and I'm wearing a tuxedo jacket.
That would be amazing. If that happens, you have to send me some pictures.
I certainly will. I will. I promise.
Okay. You heard that. You made me a promise. I can't wait, because it is going to happen. I know this. I know it's going to happen.
And this one's going to be big. And I actually asked Felissa, I said, am I supposed to tell the truth about everything? And she said, uh-huh. I said, oh, fuck. So, yeah, we had a puppy love romance on set, which was weird because I was kissing the girl who had a dick. But she was too young for me and it freaked me out, so I kept kicking her out of my room. But then we hooked up again in our 30s. And she and I are like basically wed for life. We know that. I've been texting with her all day. We're always going to be incredibly close. And I would assume our gravestones will be right next to each other. Our kids even had a little sort of puppy love thing going on at one point, which was weird. I was like, no, let's put the kibosh on that. But so there will be this documentary coming out from the same people who made the Nightmare on Elm Street documentaries, which are really amazing. Michael Perez is his name. And he does really phenomenal. He did a Friday the 13th thing. So, you know, all the truths will come out. And whether or not there's a big Hollywood remake of Sleepaway Camp, I have no idea. But I put it this way, I wouldn't bet against it. And then the original cast will be doing, you know, cameos, if not something more in that. Yeah, that was, what was it? What is it, Kill Count? Did a Sleepaway Camp thing recently. It has like 4 million views. I was like, I should be much richer. But, you know, it's really fun. It's fun to be part of something that just, you know, will outlive you. Well, I think I've always wanted to play Michael Corleone.
I could see that.
Because I think his kind of, you know, the guy who did Kill Count said, why does Jonathan always look so sad? And I'm like, I'm not sad, I'm conflicted. And I coach acting, and I love coaching acting, but characters who express pain through their joy and conflict have always been the ones that I really want to go for, because to me that is what acting is. It's it's the essence of our lives. You know, all the shit that surrounds us sucks. And we have to live inside these parameters. When you get to act, you don't have to do that. But to express that conflict in a really short scene is truly a gift.